What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Zeal cigar review, and today I thought I would do something kind of interesting because it's always fun and sometimes disappointing depending on how you look at it when cigar manufacturers have to change factories or even the blend of tobacco that they typically have in a cigar that you like or a cigar that you've smoked before. Well, today, in this particular case, we're going to be talking about Foundation and the new Wise Man Corojo, all next on the Zeal cigar review. It's been a while since I've smoked the Wise Man from Foundation Cigars, and I love Foundation Cigars. I think they make incredible stuff. I really enjoy the Tabernacle, the original, that broadleaf. It's one of my favorite cigars out there on the planet. But it is always interesting when you see, especially a cigar that's been around. I think this cigar's been around since like 2018. So it's always interesting when you see a cigar make a change, whether it's a factory, whether it's a blend, whether it's a wrapper change, whether it's a factory change, you know, whatever it is. There's a lot of different reasons a manufacturer could change something that has to do with that cigar. In this case, Foundation went from the Ignorsa factory to the Don Pepin My Father factory. So it'll be really interesting to see what the difference is in these two cigars. They both still have a Corojo wrapper. They both still have Nicaraguan fillers. So it'll be really interesting to see how these cigars differ. And you know there's only one way we can find out.
We got a cut light in?
Smoke. Honestly, I'm not gonna do anything crazy or talk about anything super crazy today. I'm literally just gonna smoke these two cigars and let you know what my honest opinion is as far as what difference I can taste and which one do I maybe prefer better. Do I like the older blend or do I like the newer blend better? I just want to just have some fun with you guys today and see what kind of change, whether it was for the better or not. Right off the bat with this one, you get a lot of some spice, some almost like rich graham cracker. Quite a bit of spice on it though. Now I gotta be honest, they are different sizes. You got the like Toro, the Grand Toro here, and then you've got like a little bit longer Robusto. So there is gonna be a difference just in smoking it, just in the size alone. Also, if you look, the Corojo wrapper, you got a much lighter Corojo wrapper versus a much more like reddish Corojo wrapper. Very interesting. They're very different looking cigars. This one's a little tight on the draw. Feels like it's right about here on the band. A little bit of like a pretzel stick, but not super salty. So think of like eating a pretzel stick, but not one that's just like covered in salt, because there's not a lot of salt coming off of the cigar. But it definitely tastes kind of pretzel-y. Nice premium creaminess to it. A little bit of a bite on the retrohale on the back of your palate. So far, it's a really good smoke. But before I get into this one too deep, I'm gonna jump over to the new one, which is made at the Garcia factory, the My Father factory. So let's get into this one and see how they differ at the beginning. And then what I'll do is I'll probably go back to the old one. I'll step away. I'll smoke that down to about probably close to the final third. And then I'll go back to this one and I'll kind of let you guys know the difference between the two and what I think. Whoa. Whoa. Very different right at first light. First things first is this has a way more loose draw. Way more effortless for me to get smoke out of this one than the other one. And again, that can be from stick to stick, so I'm not gonna judge harshly on that. But it is a factor in between the two. There's an earthy, almost like vegetable aftertaste that reminds me of like the aftertaste of a tomato. Then there's some spice, some smooth creaminess. But the flavor you get right at the front of your palate when you take the first puff of it is really interesting. It's very different, I would say. It's unique. It's not something I've really ever had in a combination from a cigar that I would say. Still got some spice on that retrohale and some tingle that linger in the back of the palate and through the nasal cavity. It's a very clean finish though. There's not a lot. There's not a lot lingering outside of a little bit of spice and some creaminess. That like last little bit you retrohale's like a really interesting combination of like creamy and sweet and spicy. Let me go back to the old one. There's just a little bit more of like a earthy, kind of woody bite to this one, where this one leads on like the sweeter, creamier side with that kind of not grassy, vegetable-y note on the end. They're definitely different cigars. They both still hold on to that unique spice, like a little bit of that spice though. Well, I'm gonna step away and smoke the original down a little bit, get it closer to the band, let you guys know what I think of it, and then I'll smoke the other one down to the band as well, let you guys know what I think of that one, and then I'll give you my conclusion on, do I like the old one or the new one better, you know? Sometimes it's interesting to see, you never know. I feel like, especially like cigar people, I feel like we're kind of picky in the way of like, we don't want our blends to change. We don't want the cigars we love to change because we love those cigars for what they are. But at the moment, the new might be better. We'll be back. All right, so we're getting down to the final third here of the original Wise Man. Not the Maduro, but the natural, or the Corojo rather. And I'll be honest, this is, it's like a spicy graham cracker when you first start smoking the cigar. When you get into the middle of the second third, it does start to loosen up a little bit more. A little bit more of that graham cracker, a little bit smoother, a little bit more wood, a little bit more of that kind of graham cracker note. But I want to get back to the new blend, smoke that down a little bit, and then I'll tell you guys what I think about this new blend. Wow. Yeah, two completely different smokes. The original, you're looking at something that's a little bit more on the spicy side, a little bit more on the woody side, a little bit more full-bodied, I would say. At the moment, the new blend coming from the My Father Don Pepin factory in Nicaragua, a little bit more smooth, a lot more cream. You get a little bit more of that creamy Corojo versus the spicy Corojo. Some unique flavors to it. Absolute effortless draw. I mean, it's effortless to smoke this cigar. Just a nice combination of sweet, just a little bit of like a nose tingle spice, and a very, very, very clean finish. Extremely clean finish. I mean, to the point where you have to smoke it again because you want to get more of the flavor back in your mouth again because it's very tasty. Well, guys, at the moment, I'm giving it to the new blend from the My Father factory. But I'm going to smoke it down a little bit more and find out. And then tomorrow, I'll do part 2 with the Maduros. All right, everybody, we're back with the final third of the new version of the Wise Man. We'll just call it the Wise Man. Made at the new Don Pepin factory versus the old Wise Man, which was made at the Agnorsa factory. And I'll be really honest, they're two completely different cigars. I would say, just off of smoking both of them, that more people would probably be interested in smoking the newer one, as it's a little bit lighter, a little smoother, a little bit more creaminess to it. But the old one packs an incredible amount of flavor, some rich spice. The original one is going to be more of your cigar smoker's cigar. It's going to fit more of a palate that is a little bit more, I would say probably a little bit more refined, whereas this can probably fit a lot more people's palate. So I would say this might interest a lot more people than probably the original did. The first half of this cigar is just, it's very good. It's super tasty, really creamy, probably would go great with a cup of coffee in the morning. But as I get into the final third, I think I like how the old one finished better than how the new one is finishing. Super smooth, creamy, very light spice on it when you get to the end here. I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say. Have any of you guys tried the new blend of the Wise Man? And what's your opinion? Did you like the old blend? Do you like the new blend? Comment below and let me know what you guys think. At this moment, I think I would on a normal basis, I would prefer the newer blend. But there's something to be said about the full bodiedness and that rich, spicy, almost like graham cracker note you get out of the original blend that I think a lot of people are probably gonna miss. But you know, for the Zeal cigar review, that's been the old and the new Wise Man from Foundation Cigars. The Maduro blends will follow in the next video. I'll do a part 2 where I smoke the Maduros and compare the old Maduro and the new Maduro. But with that, guys, I gotta get out of here. Let me know in the comments below, have you smoked the new Foundation Wise Man? And if you have, let me know. Do you prefer the old one or the new one? And with that, guys, we're out of here like last year. Peace.